the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Starring that jet-A Jerry Lace, Rocket J. Squirrel, and his pal, Bullwinkle the Moose.
Hi, glad to see you again.
Likewise.
We got some great things on the show today.
Like what? Like what?
Well, you ought to know, Bullwinkle. You're in some of them.
Well, let's get started.
Last time, as you remember, our story took a turn for the wet. For with Rocky asleep on the front seat, Bullwinkle drove the armored car full of money right into a lake. Fortunately, the car was watertight, and Bullwinkle thought he was just driving through a torrential rainstorm.
Rainstorm? Heck, it's a regular cloudburst.
But at that moment, Bullwinkle passed a submerged signpost.
Turn left. Better put off my hand.
And the dim-witted moose reached for the crank that would roll down the window and drown both him and Rocky.
Seems to be stuck. Hey, Rock, give us a hand here, will you?
Well, what? Whoa, oh, sure, Bullwinkle. Hokey smoke, where are we?
It's just a little shower. Ought to clear up in a jiffy.
Bullwinkle, don't open that window. We're underwater.
Underwater? That's ridiculous, Rocky.
Then look at that.
Well, I've heard of it raining cats and dogs, but this is...
But just then...
Golly, what was that?
Couldn't have been thunder, huh?
Sounded like an explosion.
Well, the brainy squirrel had done it again. For high above them on the surface of the lake, Boris and Natasha were blithely dropping depth charges on our little friend.
1, 2, 3, O'Leary.
4, 5, 6, O'Leary.
7, 8, 9, O'Leary.
10, O'Leary.
We can't last much longer at this rate, Bullwinkle.
If it's gonna keep up like this, I don't know as I want to.
It's not us I'm worried about so much, it's that money back there.
I'm ashamed of you, Rocky, thinking about money at a time like this.
Yeah, but it's not our money.
That's even worse.
We promised to get that money to the bank, and we gotta do it.
From here?
Sure. Now, here's my plan. You've heard about missile-firing submarines, haven't you?
Certainly.
Well,
A little while later, the cannon in the turret of the armored car swung straight up in the air and fired. Only instead of a shell, it fired a furry guided missile, Rocky the Flying Squirrel. And clutched in his grubby little fist was the box containing the money.
Squirrel is getting away with the loot. After him!
And the villains stopped tossing depth charges and started after Rocky. Below them on the lake floor, Bullwinkle took his fingers out of his ears and... I say, Bullwinkle took his fingers out of his ears. Oh, dear. As I was saying, Bullwinkle took his fingers out of his ears and started the armored car forward.
Why don't you say so?
The further the heavy truck went, the shallower the water became, until, just as it caught up with Boris and Natasha, it emerged from the water, lifting their boat up on top of the turret.
Boris, how do we get out of this mess?
Who wants out?
Don't we?
Nonsense. Where is Moose going?
To meet Squirrel.
And what is Squirrel carrying?
The money? Moose is taking us to the money.
See, Natasha, you got to look for silver lining. There's a little bad in everything good that happens.
I guess you're right, darling.
So relax. You got nothing to worry about.
But, darling, sign says low bridge ahead.
Aha! Now you got something to worry about.
And in a few seconds...
Tell me again about silver lining, Boris.
Well, we had a little setback, true?
Too true.
But on the other hand, gives me a good chance to say one of my favorite sayings.
What is?
Shut up your mouth!
But if you knew Boris like I know Boris...
Oh, what a schnook.
You'll know that our heroes still aren't out of the woods.
You're sorry, buddy.
Be sure to see our next chapter, Boris Bounces Back, or the Rubber Heel.
ready, Rock?
You sure you know how to work that thing?
No. Anyways, here's what it was supposed to look like.
There was once a tinker who had 3 sons. Every morning he would leave his sons at home to go and find something to tinker with.
Now be good little boys, especially you, Gnat.
Nathaniel was the youngest and also the most rebellious.
Now why did you throw that cake on the floor?
Well, you said it was marble cake, and I wanted to see if there was any marbles in it.
Nathaniel, if you're not careful, someday you'll hang.
And off the tinker went. After 18 hours of tinkering with this and that, he finally trudged home, or at least to what was left of it.
Boys, what happened?
Gnat lit a fire in the fireplace.
But we didn't have a fireplace.
I know.
Nathaniel, someday you'll hang.
Well, the years went by as they have a habit of doing, and the sons grew older and wiser, all except Gnat. He grew older, but definitely not wiser.
Would you mind telling me why you hooked up the cow to the reducing machine?
I wanted a milkshake.
Nathaniel!
I know, Pop. Someday I'll hang.
Now, you might think that a tinker's lot is a poor one. Far from it. On Christmas Eve, he showed his sons a strange-looking music box.
Merry Christmas, boys.
Nathaniel not only opened it, but he bashed it against the wall, and there, standing amidst the rubble, was a little old man with a beard, 2 inches tall. The man, not the beard.
I am a sprite who has been locked inside that music box for 100 centuries. Have you ever been forced to listen to 80 million choruses of the Mainstein song?
Well, if you're a magic sprite, can you perform magic?
I shall do better. Tinker,
Huh?
you have 3 sons. They may each ask a wish, and I shall grant it.
I should like to be rich, richer than anyone in the world.
The sprite pointed a finger, waved it, and at the young man's feet lay all the precious stones in existence.
Sir, I should like to be married to the sweetest, most beautiful girl in the world.
Again the finger, and lo, that wish too became a reality.
And now you, young man.
Look, you may fool the Bobbsey twins here, but not me.
Go on, Nathaniel, make a wish.
Sorry, Pop. There's nothing to wish for. I just want to be me. Gnat.
And a gnat he became.
Gnat, speak to me. Buzz a little anyway.
Hey, this is terrible.
I beseech you, Sprite, return Nathaniel to his former self.
3 wishes are pretty rough on an old codger like me. I tell you what, I'll come back in a month and grant each of your sons 1 more wish.
And with that, the sprite vanished. The music box reassembled itself, and all was as before, except for Gnat.
Don't fret, Gnat. In 1 month, you can make another wish and change back.
You think I can wait a month? Not me.
Out of the window he flew. Not very far from the tinker's house was an old hut that belonged to a witch. Gnat figured, and rightly so, that the witch could change him back to his former self. But in the midst of his flight, he passed over an elderly woman who was having a picnic.
As long as I'm a gnat, I might as well have some fun. I'll dive bomber.
Oh, that poor soul. Time and again, Gnat zoomed at her. Time and again, she took a swipe at him, only to slip and land in a custard pie. The picnic was ruined. Tiring of such sport, Gnat made a beeline, or rather a gnat line, straight into the witch's hut.
She must be out shopping. Oh, well, I'll wait.
He didn't wait very long.
If I ever lay my hands on that gnat that spoiled my picnic...
Oh, my gosh, she's the witch.
I got you, you little pest.
Oh, spare me, Miss Witch. I'm not really a gnat, but Nathaniel, son of Tinker.
Nathaniel, you're not the mean little kid who's the scourge of the neighborhood.
The same.
Boy, if I had a son, I'd want him to be as nasty as you. Us witches are proud of your work.
Then you'll change me back to what I used to be?
It'll be an honor.
A wave of a magic wand, and it was done. Nathaniel returned home to his overjoyed father and picked up where he left off.
Who threw the cat through the window?
I did, Pop. I wanted to give him a pain in the neck.
Nathaniel, someday you'll hang.
3 weeks went by, and the little man reappeared.
Well, Tinker, I see your son Gnat is no longer a gnat.
Yeah, he was most fortunate. Will you still grant my sons a wish like you did before?
I will.
I have nothing to wish for, as I am content with the riches you gave me last time.
And I am too happy with my beautiful wife to wish for anything else.
What about you, Nathaniel?
Like I said before, I just want to be me.
No, don't say it again, Nat.
Don't worry, Pop. You see this document? I had my name changed to Arthur, so I just want to be me, Art.
The sprite pointed his finger and he became Art. A work of art. An abstract painting in a gilded frame.
Alas, I lose my son again.
The sprite vanished never to be seen again, and strangely enough, the tinker's prophetic words came true. He said that someday Gnat would hang, and he did, on the living room wall.
Hello there, culture lovers. This here pin is part of today's poem, the Old Almanac verse, C.A. Pin. C.A. Pin, pick it up. All the day you'll... Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. C.A. Pin, pick it up. All the... Didn't get it. C.A. Pin, pick it up. Uh-oh, it rolls into a crack. Come out of there, doggone it. All right, I'll pick it up the easy way. What happened?
As far as I can tell, Mr. Moose, a pin got stuck in the motor.
Well, that does it.
Where are you going?
I'm going somewhere where I can say my poem.
But that's a bowling alley.
Of course. These pins I can pick up. C.A. Pin, pick it up. All the day you'll have good luck.
Don't you believe it?
And now...
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
Wrong hat.
I take a 7.5.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Greetings, Peabody again. Today's journey back into time reveals the true story behind one of the greatest events in American history.
Gosh, you mean the invention of the hot dog, Mr. Peabody?
Hardly, Sherman. I'm speaking of the discovery of gold in California, so you may set the way back for the year 1848.
And the place?
Sacramento, California, where we will meet John Sutter. Entering the Wayback, we were quickly flung back through time and soon found ourselves in Hop Toys, the place to go for Chinese food in Sacramento.
What are we doing here, Mr. Peabody? I thought you said we were going to meet John Sutter.
Oh, we are. You see, Mr. Sutter eats all of his meals here every day. That's him sitting over there behind that large bowl of lychee nut chop suey. Approaching his table, we introduced ourselves and found him really quite friendly.
Nice to know you. Pull up some soy sauce and set a spell.
You sure must like Chinese food, Mr. Sutter.
Not me. I can't stand it. Makes me sick.
Huh? Then why do you eat here every day?
To get the fortune cookies.
You mean to say you believe those fortunes?
Sure, doesn't everybody? Hey, say now this here is a dandy. It says I'm going to take a long trip, so I guess I'll go to Mexico for a year or two.
He can't do that, Mr. Peabody. How can he discover gold in California if he's in Mexico?
Come, Sherman, we must stop him. Knowing that we could never talk Sutter out of taking the trip, we did the next best thing by signing on as drivers for the stage company.
All aboard!
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Giddy up. Urging the horses forward, we moved out, but instead of taking a long trip, we simply raced around the block and came to a halt on the exact spot where we had started. Whoa!
End of the line. Everybody out.
See, I do believe that's the shortest long trip I've ever taken.
Hello again, Mr. Sutter.
Hey, what are you doing down here in Mexico?
Oh, this isn't Mexico. You happen to be back in Sacramento again.
Oh, that's right. I did have a round-trip ticket.
Do you suppose he'll go out to his new mill now so that he can discover the gold?
We will leave nothing to chance, Sherman. I shall suggest it to him. Quickly returning to Hop Toys, we learned that my suspicion had been correct.
Yes, Mr. Sutter, just here. Read fortune cookie, then run out.
Look, this must be the fortune he read. It says, you will make many new friends today. Gosh, then that means he'll...
I'm afraid so, Sherman. Sutter is out making friends.
Gather round, folks.
From now on, all of us is going to be buddies.
Gee whiz, as long as he keeps reading fortune cookies, he'll never get around to discovering gold.
However, as always, I had a plan. Getting Hop Toy's permission to toy with his fortune cookies,
Rats of rock!
Sherman and I adjourned to a back room where we spent the rest of the night loading cookies with a very special fortune. Then, early the next morning, when Mr. Sutter had finished his breakfast of shrimp fried rice...
Hey, listen to this. You will make a great discovery in the creek by your new meal today. I better get over there right away.
That did it, Mr. Peabody. He's on his way at last.
Hurrying off for the mill, we arrived shortly after Mr. Sutter, and coming from the direction of the creek, we heard...
Yahoo! Yippee! Hooray!
Well, we see you made the discovery, eh, Mr. Sutter?
I sure did. Funny I never noticed it before. Now all I got to do is dig me some worms.
Worms?
I'm afraid something has gone amiss. And indeed it had, for following Sutter to the creek, we saw the discovery he had made was that the stream was full of trout.
Best fishing hole I ever seen.
Oh, no. I guess there's just no way to make him discover gold.
But noticing a large tree just above where Sutter was fishing, I was quickly able to put another plan into action. Instructing Sherman to assist me, we hurried to the tree and chopped it down.
Timber!
Naturally, it formed a wonderful dam, thus stopping the flow of water and exposing the creek bed, which was covered with large gold nuggets.
Darn, what rotten luck. The water's dried up and ruined the fishing. Nothing there now but a bunch of yellow rocks.
What color?
Yellow?
Yellow. You know, like gold?
Gold. Yeah, like gold. Yeah, it's gold. That's what it is. I've discovered gold. Gold! Gold! I discovered gold!
Soon the cry of, "I've discovered gold," reached across the nation, bringing people by the thousands to seek their fortunes. They sought the gold in many ways, by placer mining, hydraulic mining, vegetable mining.
Vegetable mining?
Oh, yes, much gold was found in the numerous carrot gardens.
Golly, I've never heard of that.
Oh, come now, Sherman. Everybody's heard of 14-carat gold.
Last time, you remember, Boris and Natasha attempted to hitch a ride in Bullwinkle's armored car, but got the big brush off when he went under a low bridge.
Always something new, eh, Boris?
Like what?
This is first time I ever walked home from boat ride.
Meanwhile, our heroes were just depositing the money in the Hog Breeders National Bank in Squaw's Ankle, Wyoming.
You sure the money will be safe, Mr. Wangle?
Safe? Safe?
Yeah, that is pretty ridiculous, isn't it?
What's so ridiculous, Bullwinkle?
I don't know, but we need every laugh we can get.
I meant it's foolish to worry about money in this bank. It's one big booby trap.
Oh, I could tell by looking at the customers.
No, I mean when we put something in this vault, it's in to stay. Now, let's see what happens when somebody tries to get into the vault. As soon as he touches the door,
Like this?
an electric light flashes. An electric handcuff grabs his wrists. An electric club starts hitting him on the head. And an electric FBI man comes out and arrests him.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
What happens if the electricity goes off?
It can't. The cable is armor-plated all the way out of the bank and out of town clean to the main power line. Look.
And in a little while, Mr. Wangle and our heroes were standing near the main power pole outside Squaw's Ankle.
Gee, I guess you've thought of everything.
Yep. Except maybe somebody cutting the main power line.
Oh, come on, Bullwinkle. How could you cut the main line?
Easy. You just climb up this pole and snip-snap with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, but the electric company wouldn't let you do that.
I'd like to see him stop me.
Okay, you're stopped.
Who you?
World's most famous electric company detective.
An electric company detective? What's your name?
Sherlock Holmes.
Holmes?
OHMS is an electrical joke. And this is my partner, Dr. Watts.
WATTS, darling. Sure, I've seen your name on light bulbs.
Ho, ho, ho. Can I get down now?
Certainly.
Thanks, I guess.
And in a little while, our heroes were back at the bank.
Well, looks as if everything's okay. We must be near the end of another story.
Time for us to walk hand in hand into the sunset, huh?
Yeah, except it's awful early in this episode.
Early? Look, it's dark outside already.
True enough, the sun had gone down, but the story seemed far from ended.
It's only the beginning, folks.
What is fiendish plan, Holmes?
It's obvious, Natasha. We cut line, town is blacked out, we sneak in, rob bank.
But if whole town is blacked out, why not rob whole town?
Natasha, I got it. Wait till you hear.
What, darling?
If whole town is blacked out, why not rob whole town?
Boris, how do you get such marvelous ideas?
Oh, they just come to me.
Oh, I know.
Okay, Natasha, start snipping with snippers.
And the two villains began chopping at the main power line. In just a few seconds, all the lights in Squaw's ankle began to flicker and dim.
Boy, my eyes hurt. My glasses need changing.
You don't wear glasses, Bullwinkle.
Well, then my eyes need changing.
And at that second, all electricity went off in Squaw's ankle, and the whole town lay at the mercy of Boris Badenov.
Mercy? I don't know the meaning of the word.
It means the quality.
Oh, never mind.
Be with us next time for Boris Takes a Town or The Night Mayor.
Well, I guess that about wraps up another Rocky show.
Certainly hope you enjoyed it. I did. I always say.
Bullwinkle, time for us to go.
Already? Okay, but first, here are some of the people who made this show impossible.
That's not all.
My fingers get tired. Oop! Got away from me again.
Well, see you next time. Ready, Bullwinkle?